Greetings trainers, KuroBlitz here and welcome back to another video. Today I will be discussing my adventure in the Pokemon anime world. This video idea is brought by the challenge tag created by CrasherPlays&Reacts, that it's the Wants to Journey 2021 challenge tag. I was not only tagged by him, but also by Infamous Trainer and Xenolit, who I'm going to leave the channel links in the description down below. So, without further ado, let me explain the rules of this challenge tag. In regards to my Pokemon, I can have a maximum 1 starter and 1 pseudo-legendary, although it's not mandatory. I cannot have legendaries or mythical Pokemon, and this includes Ultra Beasts, and I'm allowed to have 3 additional Pokemon for rotation, which gives me a maximum of a team of 9 Pokemon. In regards to how to complete the challenge, I have to explain why the Pokemon are who they are. I have to tell which region I'm from, what profession would I have, what would my goals be, who will be my companions and rivals in my travels, and I have to end the challenge by tagging 5 people. So, just a little bit of disclaimer, this is going to be a very long video maybe, so get ready for the ride, ladies and gentlemen, get ready for my amazing journey. So, without further ado, let's go! In regards to the Pokemon that I would have for my journey, I would have, the starter Pokemon being a Ralts, and I would have, my ace being a Mega Gallade, and my additional 5 Pokemon would have to be a Kingdra, a Wigglytuff, a Talonflame, a Scolipede, and an Aggron. As you can see, all of these Pokemon represent one of the first 6 Pokemon regions, all of them under the 3rd evolutionary stage, and all of them are dual types, with none of the types repeating themselves amongst all of this Pokemon roster. And because of the pointy and blady parts of all these Pokemon's bodies, all of these Pokemon they have the correlation of precision and aim in regards to their battle style. Not only that, but all of these Pokemon also have contests conditions in regards to all of their personalities, with Mega Gallade being a part of the spectacular talent, with Kingdra being about the beautiful condition, Wigglytuff being the cute condition, Talonflame being the cool condition, Scolipede being the clever condition, and Aggron being the tough condition. Also, all of these Pokemon have basically an enhanced sense of the human body, with Gallade being perception because of the balance of mind and body, so it has extrasensorial powers. Kingdra, it's because of sight, because of their sniper vision, and also the smoke screen to lower your accuracy, but also to boost their evasiveness. Wigglytuff, it's because of hearing, because of the listening, and also for hyper voice. Talonflame, it's touch because of flame body and also by reading the winds. Scolipede has to do with taste because of the poison and also the ciglet that it produces. And last but not least, Aggron, it's because of smell, because it can sniff Hyron, and it correlates to how IRL rhinoceros, they have a strong sense of smell. Besides these Pokemon, I would also have 3 additional Pokemon that are favorites of mine, being Misdreavus, Manectric, and Shiftry. With Misdreavus being a favorite of mine because of various characters including Go from Pokemon Journeys, Manectric being another Pokemon capable of Mega Evolving, and it's because of the Officer Jenny of Kalos, since I have Wigglytuff, and Wigglytuff it's from the Nurse Joy of Kalos, and Shiftry, it's an ace of the Palace Maven Spencer from the Pokemon Battle Frontier. And all of these Pokemon, they have, the theme about, contests, and also because of sound and light, with, Misdreavus being the Screech Pokemon, Manectric with the Discharge Pokemon, so it's sound and light, and Shiftry reading the winds, but also creating those streaks. It kinda is a mix of both. So yeah, now that the roster is out of the way, let me explain my Pokemon journey. In regards to my character origin, I am a young boy from Kalos City in the Kalos region, that it's basically the southern settlement of the region, because it's the most near location in regards to the Pokemon world, that it's native to my home country of Portugal, even though there's the Iberic Peninsula in the middle of the way with Spain and whatever. But the idea of Kalos City, it's amazing because it's a city that we never saw in the Pokemon anime nor even in the Pokemon manga. My character will start at the point when Ash goes to Hoenn, so my journey would start at the same time of my favorite Pokemon series, being the Advanced Generation. Although, even though I start later than Ash, my character will be older than him. He's loosely 12, so my character will be around the age of 15. So basically finishing middle school, going to high school to some capacity. So my character will start their adventure at the same age as Brock and Silent started theirs. My character basically works around the Friend Safari of Kalos City and trains several rental Pokemon that people use in the Battle Maison to battle the infamous Battle Chatelaines. And my end goal as a Pokemon trainer, it's to basically forge my own style of Pokemon battle, being with training with gyms and also doing contests, so that I can get fame and reputation to one day create my own battle facility in Kalos City to show that I'm also on par with the Battle Chatelaines. So basically my character, it's Nando, but instead of doing gyms and contests at the same time, I do it separately because I already have, you know, a plan in the long run, but it will be a very difficult one to achieve. But because the difficult plan, it also is challenging and very rewarding. In regards to my adventure, the villain of my adventure would have to be Argos Steel and his daughter Milis from the Diancie movie, as they are basically the entourage of this show, as they are hunting Pokemon down and poaching, and I have to basically save the Pokemon, which will only make me stronger. And this basically being a Kalos prequel, before X and Y comes V and W, and therefore my series basically circles around the idea that Argos Steel is basically being hired by Lysander and Malva to hunt down Volcanion before Team Flare is even created. Because I want for Lysander and Malva and everyone that would eventually become part of Team Flare to start to have their warp vision of the world, so that they can have, you know, Team Flare basically wanting, you know, Volcanion to basically power up the ultimate weapon from Geosenge Town. That because I will see AZ in my journey, but there will be no ultimate weapon because Volcanion's never caught, so it's never digged out. So Volcanion is loosely here, but because it's never caught, Team Flare never actually captures Volcanion to power up the ultimate weapon, and it's like my character prevents a plot from happening. However, because of the chase of Volcanion, the Zygarde cells have to basically take care of the environment, because Volcanion going AY is basically blowing up mountains with the steam jets. So because of Volcanion and my character saving Volcanion, it allows for Lysander to get awareness of the Zygarde cells. So technically my character is responsible for the events of Pokemon X and Y, and also for X, Y and Z. Oof. But yeah, the character of AZ shows up. He's not, you know, very relevant to some capacity. There is no meeting with his Eternal Flower Floette, but the character is there because I really want for the character to be there. Now, as all journeys take place, there are also a need for journey companions. These companions would be none other than Dexio and Sina, who in the games are the assistants of Professor Sycamore. However, this role is already filled for Alan, and they also serve as the vigilantes of Kalos, but because there's Blaziken Mask, their anime counterparts being, you know, prequel characters to some capacity. They would come from Geosenge and the Dandemil town, because Geosenge is nearby Reflection Cave and it's coastal Kalos, so therefore the blue Vaporeon, and the Flareon being the red Pokemon from Mountain Kalos, and it's Dandemil, and Dandemil is nearby, you know, Frost Cavern, that's the ice type place, and Geosenge it's nearby Reflection Cave, that's a psychic place. So they don't have the psychic expertise from the games, but they are nearby places of that said type expertise, and they would be my travel companions for the region of Kalos and the region afterwards, where I'll talk about it later. Their teams are a creation of my own, and because of creative liberties, but also some teams from the games. And now let's go for the Kalos rivals. In regards to my rivals, I want for one of the rivals to come from Alola, like they did after a long training journey, and that is Paulo and his Rockruff from Pokemon Masters EX. And because this is Gen 3, I have to give some Ore plug with Colosseum and Gale of Darkness, so my other rivals would have to be Michael and Wes from those games, and these are the characters that I would have to battle in the Kalos League in 3v3s, and the first character that I have to battle on a 6v6, my first victory in a full battle in the top 8, because this league will have 3 3v3s and 3 6v6s, would have to be Janine, who is Koga's daughter, and she's training in Kalos, while Koga in Kanto is training to become an Elite 4, and his sister Aya is training to become a gym leader. So Janine is here basically kinda like Sawyer to some capacity. She's on a training journey and she will learn a lot, you know, from the ninja village and whatever more, and I actually love her character, so her character is a must to be in Kalos. However, this series would have, you know, some dark and also light tones in regards to who the fourth companion is. And that is because I love the idea of Pokemon X and Y, we have 2 guys and 2 girls, and because of that I would always travel with 1 guy and 2 girls to always basically have the 50% male, 50% female of the traveling companion group. But the fourth companion, it would not be 1, but yes, 2 characters, but they would not travel with my group always. So in regards to the first companion, it would be the character of Emma, who is an international police agent, and she would also be, you know, kinda like my Sawyer who travels but also is my rival. She's the character that I will defeat in the top 4, and she's a strong trainer. There was no Incentia or expansion suit plot because Zero Sick it's not interested in that, but her character is here, she works for Looker, so this is basically Looker before Diamond and Pearl. And yeah, she's a strong trainer, and sometimes she's also a traveling companion in some kind of way, as Corina also was. As for the second, fourth travel companion, that basically shows the more lighted side of the show and not the Interpol side of the show, the dark side. Basically, this Emma is the evil doll, while the next character it's the Xerneas of the group, and that character is Yancy from the Unova region. And Yancy is here to become Kalos Queen. As she becomes Kalos Queen, she defeats Aria in the finals of the master class, and she's an expert in both normal and fairy types. She's here in Kalos to learn about fairy types as well, and she gets, you know, some knowledge because I have a Ralts and a Curlia, but then he becomes, you know, a Gallade, as you do know. And the character of Yancy is here because she wants to do more showcases than actually becoming Kalos Queen. She wants to become a Pokemon idol, and she basically will be the linchpin for my character to later on go to Unova while Ash is in the Battle Frontier. But her character is important nonetheless, so there's that. I think it's a great way to connect 2 regions into just one series. Now, because this is a Kalos prequel, the champion would not be Diantha yet. The champion would be Kalam. Because the existence of Halan is basically a merge of Kalam and Dexio, and because this is a prequel, the characters can't exist separately. So I like the idea that my character journey, it's a prequel on how Diantha became the Kalos champion, because I would lose in the Kalos finals to Diantha, like how Ash lost to Halan, and Diantha would later on become the Kalos champion. So I want to show that she earned the title of champion, but because of her busy work, which also kind of correlates to Yancy to some capacity, she got to become a champion late, but she earned the title nevertheless. But it took her longer, and that basically gateways, you know, for Kalam to start a new journey in foreign regions to basically try to learn besides the power of Mega Evolution. So yeah, well, my journey kinda is, you know, a Kalos prequel to some extent, and because of that, you know, like I said, there are some elements that are, you know, distorted in some way. Like, again, Sina and Dexio, they are not assistants of Sycamore because we have Alan, they are not vigilantes because we have Blaziken Mask. Because this is 3 generations and 3 regions before X and Y, I will not sadly battle Clement or Corina. I would have to battle, you know, Clement's father Mayer with the Mega Ampharos, and I would have to battle Corina's grandfather Gherkin again with the Mega Lucario as well. And then I would, you know, gather the 8 gym badges of Kalos, and then I would also basically battle in the Kalos League in the castle with the chambers and also the radiant room and whatever more, and then I would basically try to defeat Diantha in the league conference finals, which I would lose because, well, Pixelite Mega Gardevoir defeats Megalite because Fairy beats fighting, but it will be a Sakuga fest nonetheless, as the finals would be because of two Mega Evolutions being my Mega Galate against Diantha's Mega Gardevoir. And after that, while my character is in Unova for my quote-unquote Battle Frontier challenge, she would basically go up the ranks of the league to then defeat, you know, the Elite Four that are the same, but also defeat, you know, Calum, who is the champion before her. And in regards to my Galate, my Curlia would evolve by defeating Olympia, and I would get the Keystone and the Megastone by training with Wigstrom in the Hall of Chivalry that we saw in Pokémon Journeys. So yeah, this will be my first adventure, and then going for my Battle Frontier. So basically, while Ash is basically sponsored by Scott to do the Battle Frontier challenge in Kanto, sadly it wasn't the Sevi Islands, but whatever, my character will actually, again with Sina, Dexio, and the affirmations for Traveling Companion, sometimes continuing to be Emma or even Yancy, I will go to Unova, right? I will go to the region of Unova, and I will go to Unova because of trains. So I would go from Lumiose to Coriway, and because I went from Kilo to Lumiose, I will go to Lumiose to Coriway, Coriway to Anvil, and Anvil to Nimbasa. So Anvil Town will be basically the midpoint between Kalos and Unova, because I like to believe that the western regions of the Pokemon world, they should have been connected via train, like how Johto and Kanto were because of the magnet train. So kudos to Silent, I think Silent would love this idea, and also because basically being in neutral space between Kalos and Unova, maybe I can even visit the nature preserve to battle the shiny Hexorus to some extent. I think it would be a great something great to see. But we cannot forget that my goal is to get my own battle facilities, so learning more in Unova would help, you know, my character, who is a finalist in the Kalos League. So to learn more about, you know, Unova and also their battle styles, to try to forge my own battle style, I would see basically characters, you know, seeing the facilities of the Pokestar Studios where Yancy is acting, and also for Pokemon musicals. And because of all of this theater and entertainment factor, I would even go to the Pokestar Studios where I would see not only Bryson, but I would also meet the character of Sabrina from the Kanto region, who is here after basically her mind is already in a good position that she will want to perform as a Pokemon actress. So nods to Kanto. However, I would have a unique challenge in Unova, and that challenge would be to try to become a top medalist. So basically, you remember the medal rally from Black and White 2? I want to incorporate that by using the 5 medals, by defeating the 5 people of the Unova League, being the Elite Four members and the champion Alder, and by battling these guys, I would basically get a medal just by battling. I don't have to defeat, I just have to battle them, and by battling them, I would basically get, you know, the medals of the battle rally by defeating these powerful trainers. And the idea on how I battle them would basically be tournaments, of the medal rally tournaments, which is kind of like, you know, the junior cups and also the Don George battle clubs, but it would be a mix, and the winner of those tournaments would basically have the privilege to battle a Unova Elite Four. And if you get the 4 medals by battling those Elite Fours, you basically go to the final medal rally when the winner can battle Alder. So it's basically the Junior Cup, but with tons of extra steps. There is no tripping here, got it? So in each tournament I would battle 2 of the Unova gym leaders who also want to battle the Elite Four and then for the champion. So it's kind of like a World Coronation series where everyone can join, but just for Unova. And because, you know, the final goal is Alder, my main rival for this, you know, tournament-esque type of battle would be Banga, Alder's grandson, but I would also have the rivals of Yu from Black and White 2 and Sharon, who wants to become a gym leader of Aspertia City. So the idea of getting the 4 medals to then to get the Master Medal and become a Pokemon top medalist, it's basically trying to merge the 5 ribbons of contests and the 3 princess keys of showcases, and even point to the 4 medals and then the Master Medal. It's basically the cup, or it's basically the cup or the trophy to some extent, and it links to the 7 symbols of Ash, but also to the eventual 5 medals of Johto's Pokeatlons. Yes! Because Johto's Pokeatlons would also be in the story, but later on, continuing on with this series. So here's the thing, this is Gen 3, but in the late of Gen 3, so it's basically 2 generations before the ending of Unova, and in the ending of Unova we had the Team Plasma arc. Therefore, the villain team for Unova in my Pokemon journey will basically be Team Plasma after the events of the Dragon Spiral Tower, where Reshiram went haywire and the sages fled. So there will be very Plasma Grunts that I would have to defeat. There will be basically an interim Plasma Rebellion with the Shadow Triad and also Zinzolin, who saw the damage that Reshiram caused and they want to pursue Kyurem. So basically it's the events of Black and White 2, but as a prequel to Black and White. So it's basically Black and White -2, if that makes any sense. But because Emma is there, so Interpol is there, so Luca and Juniper, they kind of help. So Team Plasma never happens, because I want for Juniper to be here, because her dad was, you know, Cedar Juniper was in the White Ruins for the actual Plasma arc in the anime. So the idea is that because of Reshiram, stuff happened and my character and the others, they had to prevent it from happening. So there is no Kyurem, and Team Plasma 1 never ceases to exist until Team Plasma 2 does in Best Wishes. So yeah, my character wins the medals, and after that we do meet again the character of Alexa, who came from Kalos to see, you know, the achievements of the league finalist, and she's the one that informs that Ayanta is now the actual champion, and that she went to the Lapidarians, she went to train in the Lapidarian Highlands, where she got her Gardevoidite. And we do meet also, we listen about, you know, a character from Johto named Marina, who became a top coordinator, and she wants to challenge eventually the region where Pokemon contests came to be, and that is Hoenn, which leads my character to, when Ash goes to Sinnoh for the Diamond and Pearl series, my character goes to Hoenn to actually, you know, do Pokemon contests, because being in Kalos and in Unova, I've basically formed my own battle style, and I forge my way of thinking, and I want to bring that line of thinking into the Eastern country and nation performance, so that I can be my own kind of Pokemon coordinator, and also to get the title of top coordinator. So I do gym challenges, I battle gym leaders and even Elite Four members, and now with the skill and power that I gained, I'm going to use that to get reputation in the other side of the world by doing Pokemon contests. In regards to where and when my journey takes place, during Diamond and Pearl I will be in Hoenn, during Best Wishes I will be in Johto, during X, Y, and Z I will be in Kanto, and during Sun and Moon I will be in Sinnoh. Now let's continue on with the idea of my character actually going on the contest run of my journey after doing some gym badges and also some league challenges and whatever more. So I go to Hoenn, I get my contest pass and whatever more, and I listen about the Wallace Cup that is taking place in Sinnoh. However, due to some villainous circumstances, I cannot go because the plot doesn't allow me to. However, I listen about the Wallace Cup and also the title of Contest Master. In the anime, they never specifically stated what a Contest Master is. Maybe it's something, basically a tournament where all top coordinators participate, kinda like, you know, a world coronation series for Pokemon top coordinators, but that's very limited because only 4 people a year could compete, so it doesn't allow as much of a spectacle because contests are just 5 minutes long, so my character would have another line of thinking. However, I want to headcanon the fact that Contest Master, it's a title that one gets after becoming a top coordinator in all of the 4 eastern regions of the Pokemon world, aka the Poke Japan. And for that, that allows and justifies the fact that the character of Soledad winning in Kanto still continue to travel to Johto, and for the character of Zoe to continue to strive to become a better coordinator after winning in Sinnoh. So the idea is that being a contest master is basically winning 4 ribbon cups, becoming the top coordinator in the 4 regions, and if you do defeat the current contest master, in addition to having the Wallace Cup and the Aqua Ribbon, the Pokemon Activities Committee can create an inter-regional cup named after you, and for trainers to get a ribbon named after something that you praise or think it's associated with your style of battling. So yeah, now my character has another goal to be, and that is to be, you know, a contest master to some capacity, because I want for my name to be known around the Pokemon world, to get my own battle facility in Kilode City. So being a contest master and having a cup named after me, yeah, I think that's pretty much justifiable. So I will basically go to Hoenn, then go to Johto, and because I go to Johto in Best Wishes, my character could cross paths, you know, with Lyra and Cory, because they are there after DP. If not, they are in Johto festivals in another place of the world. Kenny most likely went to Johto because of Jasmine in the ending of Diamond and Pearl, and Dawn went there after the Undella arc because the Wallace Cup was in Blackthorn, even though, again, because of villainous plot, my character doesn't go to that Wallace Cup. So my character meeting these in Johto could happen, but I don't think so, because story doesn't allow me to happen. And speaking of story, I actually, you know, in the end of Best Wishes, I capture my train, the Magnet Train, from Johto to Kanto, and that train is the train that Silent Iris basically get to go from Kanto to Johto. So they capture the same transportation means, but our paths never cross, sadly. So yeah, during my staying in Hoenn, Johto, and maybe even Kanto, there are Wallace Cups that happen, but maybe I can never actually participate in them until Sinnoh. That will be my last contest region, because, you know, there are a villain that's basically wearing a suit of armor, and that villain is basically Surd from the Pokemon Adventures manga, and she wants to basically tap into the potential of Pokemon to try to bring the break evolution phenomenon from the Pokemon trading card game, and my character being from Kalos, he has knowledge of Mega Evolution, so it's basically like, you know, my own Jesse James and Meowth, but in one character that wears this suit of armor to basically try to bring out a Pokemon's full potential. It's very a mix of she works for Giovanni in some capacity, but she has, you know, her Colress side also showing up from time to time. So there is, you know, also this amazing interaction. My character in Hoenn, they win the Hoenn Ribbon Cup, so I become a top coordinator. And I basically pull off a Zoe because my rival almost defeated me, but I was able to win. But that only makes me want to strive more into the future. Again, basically finishing as a winner in the classic era and in the modern era, wanting to become stronger and stronger, because again, I want to become a contest master. However, every journey needs companions and rivals, and if I did that for, you know, Kalos and Unova, I have to do for the other regions as well. So let's keep going. As for my Hoenn companions, it would be the Gym Challenger Camilla, the Lore Keeper Zinnia, and the Pokemon Photographer Todd Snap. For Johto, I would have the Gym Challenger Verity, the Pokemon Researcher Sawyer, and the Pokemon Athlete Riza. So the characters from the alternate universe, because of the Johto birds and the Johto legends, they would be in the Johto region for the reboot, also in some capacity, because this takes place at the same time as Best Wishes. As for Kanto, my traveling companions would have to be the Gym Challenger Leaf, the Pokemon Watcher Tracy, and the Festival Maiden Melody. So I would have basically the female protagonist of the Kanto games, as well as characters from the Orange Islands. For Sinnoh, the former Dragon Buster and now Gym Challenger Georgia, the former Unova rival and now Pokemon researcher Bianca, and the treasure hunter and the brother of Elite Four Flint, Buck. These would be my traveling companions. Now, let's go for the rivals, but before that I just want to say something, and that is because of the idea of my main rival. As you do know, the character of Gold in the anime has two incarnations, being Jimmy from the Pokemon Chronicles, especially the Legend of Thunder special, and also Ethan from the prologue to the Zoroark movie. So in a way the character of Gold has two anime incarnations. However, this isn't odd because in original series, Ash and Richie, they were both red. In X and Y, Ash and Alan were both Calum. And we even have doppelgangers such as Diamond and Pearl. We have Dawn and Priest and Salvia. And let's not forget the infamous Jessie and Jezebel. So because of that, I can justify the existence of my main rival for contests, and that rival is Orlando. Orlando, it's named after the demo protagonist for the demo of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, being Or from Omega Ruby and Lando from Land. So basically, Brandon, who does the battle towers in the prologues of the movies, Brandon, it's the battle Ruby, while Orlando, it's the contest Ruby. So it's kind of like the protagonist of the Pokemon Adventures manga, but not entirely. It's basically loosely in his origins, but the character of Orlando would be my main rival for all of the 4 regions. In regards to Hoenn, I would also have the rivals of Lysia, Wallace's niece, and Kelly, or Kanata in the Japanese, that was, you know, May's rival for the Lily Cove contest. For Johto, I would have the rivals of Hilda and Rosa. So in a way, it happens at the same time as Black and White, so I have the Black and White girls being my rivals. So they are also very battle oriented, but they have the skills to prove it in contests as well. Continuing on with the Kanto region, my rival would have to be as well Jasmine, that she's taking a sabbatical from the gym to do contests here, like how she did in the previous series in Johto, where she took a sabbatical from her gym and used Janina, the little girl with the Onyx, as the replacement gym leader to do Pokeathlons in Johto. And I would also have Annabelle, the Salon Maiden of the Battle Tower. Annabelle will also be a contest rival for me, because that way she basically takes away the psychic expertise and basically tries to focus more on a battle style. And she's also taking a sabbatical from being a frontier brain, because the battle frontier during this time, it's basically moving from Kanto to the Sevi Islands. 7 facilities, Sevi Islands. That's what they should have done to promote Fire Red and Leaf Green. For the rivals of Sinnoh, it would have to be Shauna, who wants to do contests like Serena, but not going to Hoenn like she did, and the character of Celine, because her manga counterpart Moon has correlations to the Berlitz family, being a very scholar family from the Sinnoh region. And that way I can also promote Pokemon Sun and Moon to some extent. So basically, my final try to become a contest master will be in Alamos Town in the Sinnoh region, basically the town of the Darkrai movie, where I would battle in, you know, the contest hall Alamos Town, and by defeating Orlando, for the 4th time, I would basically get the honorary title of Contest Master. My Gallade would basically battle his Mega Blaziken, so it will be a mega spectacle. And basically I love the Pokemon Blaziken, because Blaziken, it's basically a flaming, you know, rooster. And in my home country of Portugal, they have, you know, also a very famous rooster from a folklore legend. So, and it's a Gentry Pokemon. I love Gentry, so the idea of basically battling another Hoenn protagonist that is also a coordinator and has Blaziken, it's like I'm battling a spiritual successor of May to some extent. After that, my character would actually go to Sootopolis and try to battle Wallace to become the next contest master. However, I would lose, and therefore I would have to wait another year for actually challenging Wallace again for the title. So the idea of a cup named after me would have to be on the hold for now. However, this brings something great, and that is because of all the challenge that I did in these regions, I would basically, get enough name and recognition. That's the thing that I wanted, and I basically get my own battle facility being created in Kilode City alongside the Battle Chatelain's Battle Maison, where I sometimes would host battle festivals for the Pokemon Coronation series during the time of Pokemon Journeys, where I continue to thrive and continue to train in order to someday my power, prowess and potential, and also skill, style and strategy to one day win against Wallace, so that I can create my one and only Blitz ribbon. So yeah, this is basically all of my Pokemon journey in the anime, where my paths would cross with some people, but not always, and never with Ash to that extent. And now for the end, I have to tag 5 people, and the 5 people that I want to tag, that I want to see take part of this challenge, are KG Prestige, Tyrone the God 3, JPR Poketrainer 98, Goggle Master, and Richie Farley, which I'm going to leave the links in the description down below. So yeah, trainers, this was my Wants to Journey Tag 2021. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, share and subscribe. And without further ado, thank you for your time.